Formula One has always been a sport of legends. Names like Ayrton Senna, Michael Schumacher, Lewis Hamilton, and Max Verstappen echo through history. Drivers who dared to chase perfection at over 300 kilometers an hour. But every so often, a new name emerges from the shadows, carrying with it the weight of expectation, the hunger of youth, and the promise of greatness.
And look at Piastri, this is an incredible start. Oscar Piastri wins at Barcelona. He will see the checkered flag first. Oscar Piastri has won the title.
This is the story of Oscar Jack Piastri. From a quiet boy in Melbourne, Australia, to one of the most talked about rookies in modern Formula One. His journey is a tale of risk, sacrifice, resilience, and sheer belief. In a sport where every fraction of a second decides destiny, Piastri has already carved out a reputation of being calm under pressure, relentless in his pursuit, and unshaken in the face of controversy. But how did he get here? What shaped the boy who could grow into a driver challenging the best in the world? On April 6, 2001, in the bustling city of Melbourne, Australia, Piastri entered the world. From the very beginning, motorsport was woven into the fabric of his life. His father, Chris Piastri, an automotive entrepreneur and founder of HP Tuners, became his son's first sponsor, investing millions to fuel Oscar's journey through the demanding junior racing ladder. Chris even took on the role of mechanic, preparing Oscar's karts as they battled for glory in Australia's national championships. At home, his mother, Nicole, balanced the family life, raising Oscar alongside his three younger sisters, Hattie, Eddie, and May, in the quiet suburb of Brighton. Oscar's heritage told its own unique story. Italian, Yugoslavian, and Chinese roots from his father's side, mixed with Scottish and Irish from his mother's side. But what truly set him apart wasn't lineage, it was his passion. Unlike most children whose bedtime stories were fairy tales, Oscar's imagination was fueled by books about cars. And when his father returned from a business trip with a radio-controlled car, 6-year-old Oscar turned the backyard into his first racetrack. A spark had been lit, one that would soon grow into a roaring fire. By the age of 9, Oscar Piastri's playful experiments in the backyard had transformed into something more serious. He entered the world of remote control racing Australia and quickly rose to the top, claiming the national championship's secondary class. But radio-controlled cars were only the beginning. Soon, Oscar leaped into kart racing, the proving ground for nearly every future Formula One star. At just 14, Oscar's ambitions carried him across the world. He and his father relocated to Hertford, England, though Chris would return to Melbourne 6 months later, leaving his son to pursue his dream in Europe. Oscar enrolled in Haileybury's sister school in Hertford Heath, the same halls once walked by the legendary Sir Stirling Moss. There, as a boarding student on a sports scholarship, he balanced education with a single-minded pursuit of racing glory. The demands were immense, and by the end of 2015, Oscar's life revolved around airports and racetracks. From Stansted, he flew across Europe to Italy, France, Belgium, Sweden, Spain, and Portugal, competing in karting events that drained nearly £250,000 from his father's pocket. But every sacrifice was building towards something greater. In 2019, fortune smiled. 9-time Grand Prix winner Mark Webber and his wife Anne took Oscar under their wing. Webber not only became a mentor, but his manager, guiding him through the ruthless corridors of motorsport and eventually negotiating the move that would bring Oscar to Formula One. By 2011, Oscar Piastri's path was becoming clear. At just 10 years old, he graduated from remote-controlled cars to the unforgiving world of karting. His new home was the Oakley Go-Kart Racing Club in Clayton South, where he began competing in the FA Kart chassis under the guidance of 2-time Australian champion James Serra. It didn't take long for Oscar's talent to shine. In 2013, only 2 years into his karting journey, he captured his first major title, the CIK Stars of Karting in the rookies class. From that point forward, his rise was relentless. The year 2014 brought a wave of triumphs. Piastri swept through the local and national scene, winning the OG KRC Championship, the City of Melbourne titles, the South Australian Championship, and the National Sprint Classic Champion of Champions in Junior Clubman, pocketing a modest $500 prize that symbolized the beginning of far greater rewards. But even in defeat, Oscar proved to be formidable. He finished runner-up in both the Australian National Sprint Championship and the Victorian Championship before stepping into the international stage. In his very first attempt at the IAME International Final at Le Mans, Piastri stormed from 21st on the grid to an incredible third-place finish in the X30 Junior class, a debut that sent shockwaves through the paddock. By 2015, he closed out his national karting career in dominant fashion. He claimed third in the KF3 Australian Championship, where he also ranked as top qualifier while stacking up multiple victories. Oscar Piastri was no longer just a promising young driver. He had become a rising star, carving his name into the foundations of international motorsport. By 2015, Oscar had conquered Australia's karting scene. With the guidance of mentor James Serra and talent scout Rob McIntyre, the young prodigy set his sights on Europe, the crucible where future Formula One champions are forged. He joined the Cosmic team, stepping into the heart of international karting. Motorsport media quickly took notice. Vroomkart even drew parallels between Oscar's path and that of Ayrton Senna, two drivers who began in remote-controlled racing before embarking on transcontinental journeys to chase glory in Europe. Oscar's first performance in KF Junior showed both promise and the steep challenge ahead. He finished 12th at the European Championship round at Portimao and 26th overall, and entered a round of the WSK Supermaster Series. Despite the learning curve, his determination never wavered. In 2016, he briefly returned home, where he reclaimed the City of Melbourne title for the third year in a row. But it was in Europe, with Ricky Flynn Motorsport, that his talent sharpened further. He placed 10th in the Southern Garda Winter Cup, 12th in the WSK Supermaster Series, and 8th in the WSK Final Cup. Then came Portimao once more. This time, back-to-back podium finishes lifted him to 16th in the European Championship standings. It was a sign that Oscar was now contending. His final act in karting came at the World Championship in Sakir. After a storming heat victory, he qualified 4th. The pre-final dealt a cruel setback, dropping him to 18th. But in true Piastri fashion, he fought back through the field to finish 6th overall. It was a fitting collusion to his karting career, a blend of resilience, skill, and unshakable belief in what was still to come. After closing his karting career with a hard-fought 6th place at the World Championship in Bahrain, Oscar Piastri was ready for the next chapter, single-seater racing. His debut came in the Formula 4 UAE Championship at the Yas Marina circuit, the very track that hosts the season finale of Formula One. Driving for Dragon F4 in a modest 9-car grid, Oscar showed promise from the outset. Across his first 4 races, he collected finishes of 6th, 5th, 4th, and another 5th, adapting quickly to the new standards of a Formula car. At the next round in Dubai, he edged closer to the podium with back-to-back 4th-place finishes. And when the series returned to Yas Marina, Oscar finally broke through, claiming 2 podiums in style. Though he only contested 11 of the 18 races, Piastri finished the season 6th overall. It was a modest beginning by the numbers, but for those watching closely, it was very clear that a star from karting was finding his feet in single-seaters. In 2017, Oscar Piastri graduated to the fiercely competitive British Formula 4 Championship, racing with Arden, Christian Horner's team, the same Horner who would later admit he passed on the chance to sign Oscar into the Red Bull Junior program. The season began with promise. At Brands Hotel, Piastri announced his arrival with 2 podiums. Momentum he carried to Donington Park, where his performance was overshadowed by the devastating accident of fellow driver Billy Monger.
So up into 13th place.
You can see they're all scrabbling around for grip. Oh, it's on! Oh, that's horrendous. That's absolutely enormous. He just couldn't see him.
Still, Oscar pressed on. He added another podium at Thruxton before finally breaking through at Alton Park, claiming his maiden Formula One victory. That win lifted him to second in the championships. Consistency became his weapon. Podiums at Croft, back-to-back pole-to-flag victories at Snetterton and Knockhill, and a string of strong results that put him firmly in the fight title. But racing is never without setbacks. 2 costly retirements at Rockingham opened the door for American rival Logan Sargent to close in. Oscar responded with grit. At Silverstone, he delivered a triple podium, including a crucial victory in the final race, to regain control of the standings. By the season finale at Brand Hatch, his run of top 5 finishes secured him the runner-up spot, just behind the experienced Jamie Carlson. Piastri ended the season with 6 victories, 15 podiums, and 6 pole positions, an astonishing record for a first-year driver. Reflecting later, he would call it his most important year of learning, crediting Formula 4 with teaching him the value of turning mistakes into lessons. 2018 marked Oscar Piastri's debut in the Formula Renault Eurocup, reuniting with Arden as he took his first steps into a championship renowned for producing future Formula One talent. It was a season of learning. Piastri claimed 3 podiums, his best finish a second place in the second race at Hockenheim, ultimately ending the campaign 9th in the standings. Determined to accelerate his growth, Oscar made a pivotal move in December 2018. He joined the reigning champions R-Ace GP for the 2019 season. The decision proved decisive. At Silverstone, he secured his first victory in the series and didn't stop there, claiming a second win the very next day. The wins kept coming. In July, at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit, Piastri became the first driver of the season to claim 3 victories, solidifying his reputation as a rising star with an uncanny ability to dominate on the biggest stages. By the final round at Yas Marina, Oscar's relentless consistency and raw speed paid off. A victory and a 4th-place finish were enough to crown him the 2019 Formula Renault Eurocup champion. From his early karting days in Melbourne to the pinnacle of European junior racing, Piastri had proven that his talent could thrive anywhere, under any pressure. Even before officially stepping into Formula 3, Oscar Piastri was testing the waters of higher-tier racing. In December 2018, he participated in the GP3 Series post-season test at Yas Marina with Trident, gaining invaluable experience against some of Europe's top young talents. By October 2019, he was testing with the reigning FIA Formula 3 champions, Prima Racing. His potential was unmistakable, and in January 2020, the Italian powerhouse signed him for the upcoming season, placing him alongside Logan Sargent and 2019 Formula Regional European champion Frédéric Vesti. The debut at the Red Bull Ring would prove that Oscar thrived under pressure. Starting 3rd on the grid, he collided with pole sitter Sebastian Fernandez at the first corner, a moment that could have ended his race. But he emerged unscathed, navigating through the chaos to claim a stunning victory. Reflecting later, Piastri admitted, "I thought my first Formula 3 race had ended in the first 10 seconds." The 2020 FIA Formula 3 season was a test of nerves as much as talent. Oscar Piastri's championship campaign swung like a pendulum, a relentless battle against teammates and rivals alike. After reclaiming the championship lead with a solid 5th-place finish at Spa-Francorchamps, his momentum was interrupted. A penalty for an illegal overtake in the sprint race handed the lead back to Logan Sargent, illustrating how unforgiving racing could be. At Monza, adversity struck again. Penalized in qualifying for impeding Jack Hughes, Piastri was forced to start the feature race from 15th. Yet, in a display of raw determination, he carved his way through the field, finishing 3rd and regaining the championship lead after Sargent became embroiled in a collision. The sprint race, however, reminded him that even the strongest can face setbacks. A collision with Clement Novalak forced Piastri into retirement, compounded by a 5-place grid penalty for the next round due to an earlier incident with David Beckman. Yet, fortune still lingered. With teammates colliding, he managed to maintain his championship lead despite the misfortunes. The showdown came at Mugello. Starting 16th on the grid for the feature race, Piastri fell short of points, finishing 11th. Sargent's 6th place finish left the drivers tied at 160 points heading into the final sprint race. The atmosphere was thick with tension. When the lights went out, Sargent's race ended instantly in a first-lap collision. Piastri's only remaining rival, Théo Pourchaire, could not close the gap. Finishing 7th was enough. Against all odds, Oscar Piastri was crowned the 2020 FIA Formula 3 champion, 3 points ahead of Pourchaire and 4 ahead of Sargent. A season of triumph, adversity, and relentless resilience had cemented his reputation as one of motorsport's brightest young stars.
The FIA Formula 3 champion is Oscar Piastri of Australia, with 164 points, racing for Prema Racing, 2 first places, 3 seconds, and a 3rd.
After conquering Formula 3, Oscar Piastri remained with Prema Racing for his 2021 campaign in FIA Formula 2, stepping into the seat vacated by Mick Schumacher and partnering Ferrari driver academy talent Robert Schwartzman. Having familiarized himself with F2 machinery during the 3-day post-season test at Sakhir in 2020, Piastri entered the season expecting a very challenging year, with plans to spend 2 years mastering the category. From the very first weekend, he made an impression. Qualifying 7th at Sakhir, he finished 5th in the reverse grid sprint race, before starting 6th in the second sprint and executing a masterclass of overtaking, 7 moves in 7 laps, to claim his maiden Formula 2 victory. A clever pit strategy behind the safety car allowed him to snatch the lead from Zhou Guanyu on the final lap. The feature race proved just as intense. Piastri fought his way to the front, only to retire in a collision with Dan Ticktum while contending for 3rd. Consistency and speed became his trademarks. He secured pole positions at Silverstone, Monte Carlo, and Baku, setting the stage for multiple podium finishes, including victories in the feature races at Monza and Sochi, where he outperformed championship rivals Zhou and Théo Pourchaire. At Jeddah, he continued to showcase his dominance by winning both the second sprint and feature races, even amidst chaos caused by red flags that disrupted the latter. The championship climax came at Yas Island. Starting 10th in the first sprint despite a record 5th consecutive pole, Piastri battled his way to 3rd, fending off his teammate Schwartzman and clinching the title. He closed the season with a 4th successive feature victory, a testament to his relentless precision and speed. By the end of the campaign, Piastri amassed 252.5 points, 60.5 ahead of Schwartzman, with 6 wins, 11 podiums, and 5 poles. His achievements etched his name into history, the 6th driver ever to win the GP2 F2 title in their rookie season, the 3rd to secure GP3 F3 and GP2 F2 championships in successive years, and the first driver to win Formula Renault, Formula 3, and Formula 2 championships consecutively. Awarded FIA Rookie of the Year. It was a season that left no doubt. Oscar Piastri was ready for Formula 1. In January 2020, only 3 months after capturing the Formula Renault Eurocup title, Oscar Piastri made another pivotal move toward Formula 1 by joining the Renault Sport Academy. Later that year, following his triumph in the FIA Formula 3 championship, he experienced his first run in F1 machinery, completing nearly 500 kilometers at Sakhir in the Renault RS18. When the academy transitioned into Alpine, Piastri kept his spot within the program. He tested the A521 at Yas Marina after the season and revisited the RS18 at both Silverstone and Monza. These outings were more than just laps. They served as part of an intense preparation, sharpening the craft that would shape his path toward Formula One's highest level. After securing the FIA Formula 2 championship in 2021, Piastri was named Alpine's reserve driver for the 2022 season, while rumors circulated about a possible switch to Alfa Romeo. A partnership between Alpine and McLaren further broadened his prospects, giving him the chance to take part in testing sessions with the walking outfit. Throughout the year, Piastri underwent an intense training program, completing roughly 3,000 kilometers in the A521 across multiple private tests. Ahead of the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, he tested the McLaren MCL 35M at Paul Ricard for 2 days, then moved on to post-season testing in the MCL 36. His final rookie test came at Barcelona, Catalunya, a fitting culmination to a preparation that had been both exhaustive and exacting. Each lap, each kilometer was a step closer to his ultimate goal. Oscar Piastri was no longer just a rising star in junior formulas. He was poised to make his mark in Formula One. In June 2022, a new chapter of uncertainty unfolded for Oscar Piastri. Alpine offered him a Formula One seat at Williams for the 2023 season, a 2-year loan that seemed a logical step as the French team prepared to retain Esteban Ocon and Fernando Alonso. Then, in August, the landscape shifted dramatically. Alonso announced he would leave Alpine to replace the retiring Sebastian Vettel at Aston Martin. Almost immediately, Alpine declared that Piastri would take Alonso's seat. But there was one glaring omission. Piastri himself had not spoken, nor had he signed any contract. 2 hours later, the world witnessed a bold statement. Via Twitter, Piastri rejected Alpine's announcement, clarifying that he would not be driving for the team in 2023. The move sent shockwaves through Formula One. Team principal Otmar Szafnauer publicly criticized Piastri, questioning his integrity as a human being and hinting at possible legal action. Behind the scenes, negotiations continued. It soon became clear that Piastri's next destination was not Alpine, but McLaren, setting the stage for one of the most closely watched rookie campaigns in recent memory. Oscar Piastri claimed his place in Formula One, but did so on his own terms. The drama surrounding Oscar Piastri's 2023 Formula One seat reached its peak in September 2022, 4 weeks after his public rejection of Alpine. The FIA Contract Recognition Board convened to determine whether Piastri was contractually bound to the French team or free to join another outfit. A ruling in Alpine's favor could have forced him to honor the contract or require any interested team to activate a release clause. But before the Dutch Grand Prix, the CRB delivered a decisive verdict that Piastri was not contracted to Alpine. The announcement cleared the path for him to join McLaren, ending weeks of speculation. The details revealed even more intrigue as the board confirmed that Piastri had signed his McLaren deal on July 4th, the day after the British Grand Prix, nearly a month before Alpine's public announcement. Initially slated as only a reserve driver, his status changed when Daniel Ricciardo's contract was terminated in the week leading up to the hearing. Reflecting on the decision, Piastri cited a breakdown in trust, with Alpine as the key factor behind his move. In a sport where every seat is fought over and every decision scrutinized, Oscar Piastri had defended his autonomy. In 2023, Piastri took the ultimate step in his racing journey, signing with McLaren to replace Daniel Ricciardo and partner Lando Norris. The season began with the challenges expected of any rookie in a complex and competitive environment. At the Bahrain Grand Prix, he qualified 18th and retired from 12th due to an electrical issue, signaling the learning curve ahead. Saudi Arabia brought further setbacks. Starting 8th, a first-lap collision with Pierre Gasly damaged his front wing, leaving him outside the points. But at his home Grand Prix in Australia, Piastri showcased his skill, climbing from 16th to claim 8th and earn his maiden Formula One points. The early European rounds were a mixed bag. Azerbaijan and Miami brought 11th and 19th place finishes, impacted by contact with Alexander Albon and reliability issues, while Monaco gave him a 10th place finish. Spain, Canada, and Austria followed with non-points finishes, testing his resilience. Upgrades to the McLaren MCL 60 sparked a turnaround at the British Grand Prix. Piastri qualified 3rd and finished 4th, followed by a 5th place finish in Hungary. Belgium saw him qualify 2nd for the sprint and retain the position after a fierce battle with Max Verstappen, although a first corner collision forced retirement in the feature race. However, he continued to adapt and impress. A 9th place finish in the Netherlands, a 12th in Italy despite damage from Lewis Hamilton, and a recovery to 7th from 17th in Singapore highlighted his consistency and racecraft. At the Japanese Grand Prix, starting from the front row, he earned his first Formula One podium by finishing 3rd, becoming the first rookie to do so since Lance Stroll in 2017. The momentum continued in Qatar, where Piastri took pole for the sprint race, holding off Verstappen to claim his maiden sprint victory, and then finished second in the main race after starting 6th. Challenges persisted, retirements in the United States and first lap damage in Sao Paulo, but he closed the season strong with 10th and 6th in Las Vegas and Abu Dhabi, qualifying 3rd in the latter. By the end of his rookie year, Piastri had claimed 9th in the World Drivers' Championship with 97 points, including 2 podiums. His performances convinced McLaren to secure him on a multi-year contract, extending his stay with the team until at least 2026. From the streets of Melbourne to the circuits of the Formula One world, Oscar Piastri had firmly established himself as one of the sport's brightest emerging talents. The 2024 season opened with a promise for Oscar Piastri. He began in Bahrain with an 8th place finish, followed by strong 4th place results in Saudi Arabia and Australia. Consistency marked his early campaign, with 8th place finishes again in Japan and China, while McLaren quietly emerged as genuine challengers to Red Bull at Miami, though a collision with Carlos Sainz Jr. dropped Piastri to 13th, as teammate Lando Norris claimed victory. At the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, Piastri qualified 2nd but received a grid penalty for impeding Kevin Magnussen, ultimately finishing 4th. Monaco saw him back on the podium, taking 2nd behind Charles Leclerc. Further points came with 5th and 7th in Canada and Spain, before Austria rewarded him with a double 2nd place finish in both the sprint and feature races. Britain tested both skill and endurance as Piastri climbed his 2nd from 5th in the wet, only to drop to 4th after a late tire change. During the race, he sustained a fractured rib due to an ill-fitting seat, a pain he carried until the summer break. Yet adversity did not hold him back. In Hungary, Piastri showcased both speed and racecraft, overtaking teammate Norris into the first corner. Despite McLaren orchestrating a controversial undercut, a final position swap allowed Piastri to claim his maiden Formula One victory, becoming only the 5th Australian to win a Grand Prix. Norris graciously acknowledged the fairness of the result. Belgium saw Piastri inherit 2nd after George Russell's disqualification, elevating him to 4th in the championship standings. He followed this with 4th in the Netherlands and a hard-fought 2nd in Italy, where a strategic misstep denied him victory after leading most of the race. Azerbaijan brought redemption. Piastri started 2nd to Leclerc and executed a thrilling race-long battle to claim another victory. Podiums continued with a 3rd place finish in Singapore and a strong performance at the United States Grand Prix, Mexico City, Sao Paulo, and Las Vegas, where team orders and tactical nuances tested his composure. In Qatar, he claimed the sprint race victory following a strategic teammate exchange, before finishing 3rd in the main race. His season concluded in Abu Dhabi with a 10th place finish after a first-lap collision with Max Verstappen. By season's end, Oscar Piastri had firmly cemented himself as a force in Formula One, 4th in the World Drivers' Championship with 292 points, 2 victories, and 8 podiums. He played a pivotal role in McLaren securing their first World Constructors' Championship since 1998. From karting prodigy to Grand Prix winner, Piastri's journey has become a testament to talent, resilience, and determination. Entering 2025, McLaren was widely tipped as a championship favorite, with Oscar Piastri positioned to challenge teammate Lando Norris for the World Drivers' Championship. Just 3 days before the season opener, McLaren confirmed its faith in the Australian, announcing a multi-year contract extension that will keep him at the team until at least the end of 2028. The season began with promise in Australia. Piastri qualified on the front row behind Norris and immediately engaged in a tense battle for the lead in wet conditions. A spin disrupted his race, relegating him to 9th, but a 2nd place finish in the sprint signaled that the championship fight was on. In China, he claimed his first pole of the season and translated it into a commanding victory. Dominating ahead of Norris, Japan brought another podium as he finished 3rd behind Max Verstappen and his teammate. Piastri's momentum continued in Bahrain. Starting from pole, he cruised to a 15-second winning margin, moving to within 3 points of Norris in the championship. In Saudi Arabia, he etched his name in Australian motorsport history, securing victory and becoming the first Australian to lead the World Drivers' Championship since 2010. At the Miami Grand Prix, he finished second in the sprint race after a late safety car shuffled him behind Norris, and he bounced back in the main event to claim victory. Pole positions and wins continued through Emilia-Romagna and Spain, with strategic errors and fierce battles testing his mettle. In Canada, a dramatic moment saw Norris crash into the pit wall while attempting an overtake, extending Piastri's championship lead to 22 points. From his first pole to leading the championship, Oscar Piastri had swiftly transformed from rising talent to a genuine title contender. His 2025 season was proving to be not just about speed, but composure, strategy, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. As the 2025 season progressed, Oscar Piastri's championship battle intensified. In Austria, he finished a hard-fought second after a race-long duel with teammate Lando Norris, narrowly avoiding disaster when locking his brakes at Rouge. The British Grand Prix tested his composure under pressure. Leading most of the wet weather race, Piastri was handed a penalty for inadvertently brake testing Max Verstappen during a restart, ceding the victory to Norris. In Belgium, he rebounded, finishing second in the sprint from pole, before seizing victory in the wet, dry feature race, having overtaken pole sitter Norris at the exit of Raidillon in a decisive early move. Hungary brought another strategic battle. Piastri qualified second ahead of Norris, but a one-stop strategy saw his teammate edge him to victory. The Dutch Grand Prix marked a milestone. Starting from pole, he fended off Norris until a late engine failure for his teammate allowed him to claim his maiden Grand Chelem, extending his championship lead to 34 points. Italy presented a controversial moment. Piastri held third until a slow pit stop for Norris briefly elevated him to second. Team orders forced him to relinquish the position, settling for third, a reminder of the complexities and compromises inherent in the championship fight. Through every twist of strategy, rain-soaked battle, and team directive, Oscar Piastri demonstrated not just speed, but the calm precision and resilience that defined a true title contender. Oscar Piastri has consistently drawn attention for his remarkable composure under pressure, a quality that sets him apart in the high-stakes world of Formula One. In 2023, Scott Mitchell-Malm of The Race likened his relaxed intensity to that of Max Verstappen, capturing the balance between focus and calm that defines Piastri's driving style. This composed demeanor has been evident since his junior days. Upon winning the 2024 Azerbaijan Grand Prix, Luke Smith of the New York Times remarked that stress isn't an emotion one would associate with Piastri. His calm, collected demeanor has been present right from his junior days. Journalists quickly recognized him as a favorite for the 2025 World Drivers' Championship, with Martin Brundle drawing comparisons to Alain Prost. Even championship rival Max Verstappen acknowledged Piastri's poise, stating after the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, "He's very calm in his approach, and I like that. He delivers when he has to, barely makes mistakes, and that's what you need when you want to fight for a championship." Piastri's composed and calculating style has drawn frequent comparisons to Kimi Räikkönen, Formula One's iconic Iceman. Whether navigating tight overtakes, high-pressure circuits, or championship-defining moments, Oscar Piastri has established himself as a driver of immense talent, and also as one of the calmest and most intelligent competitors on the grid. Oscar Piastri's talents extend far beyond raw speed. His adaptability and technical acumen have become hallmarks of his racing career. His race engineer, Tom Stallard, has frequently praised Piastri's ability to identify flaws in real time and make improvements on the track without relying solely on data analysis. This keen self-awareness was first noted during his debut in the F4 UAE Championship, where his capacity to learn quickly from mistakes caught the attention of his engineers. By 2025, observers noted a remarkable evolution. Critics and analysts agreed that Piastri had largely eradicated the tire management and qualifying pace issues that had challenged him in earlier seasons. Working closely with his engineers, he systematically addressed his weaknesses, combining real-time adjustments with meticulous post-race analysis. This blend of instinct, intelligence, and adaptability has become a defining feature of his driving style, reinforcing his status as one of the sport's most complete and promising young talents. Off the track, Oscar Piastri maintains a grounded and relatable life, A passionate sports fan, he supports the Australian rules football team Richmond and follows Australia's national cricket team. His interest in cricket extends internationally, as he has also become a supporter of the Delhi Capitals in the IPL, a choice inspired by a post on his social media seeking fan recommendations. Away from sports fandom, Piastri has nurtured a long-term relationship with Lily Znaimer, an engineering graduate he met during his school years. The couple began dating in 2018, the year before Piastri completed his education in 2019, and have remained together ever since. Even as he ascends the ranks of Formula One, these personal connections provide a sense of stability and normalcy amid the pressures of life at the pinnacle of motorsport.